More recently, the positive bilateral engagement has been reinforced by 4 visits in as many years by the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. The most recent, of course, I've already mentioned, when they made the visit to Cork. They left the best to last after 4 years and then moved on to Kerry quickly before returning home. I think it is very significant tonight, though, that the new generation of the British royal family have chosen to continue to nurture these ties as our 2 countries seek to navigate a shared and difficult history and to build a connected future together as 2 neighbouring islands and friends. I'm aware that the notion of learning from the past but trying to focus on the future is very much behind the thinking and the scheduling of the trip that you have for these 2 days. Tomorrow you'll visit Croke Park, and it'll afford you an opportunity to reflect on some tragic events of the past that took place there. But it will also be an opportunity to explore the heritage of Ireland's national games and their thriving status in communities across these islands, in the UK indeed, as well as here in Ireland. You'll have a chance to meet the current and future sporting heroes of the Gaelic Athletic Association, or the GAA as we know it. And if you happen to meet somebody from Dublin who boasts about how they are doing in the Gaelic Football Championships, make sure you ask them how they're doing in hurling as well as football. As we say here, you might have a chance to soften their cough if you ask them that question. Engagements at Trinity College, the Family Memorial, and EPIC, the Irish Emigration Story Museum, will also provide insights into Ireland's history and culture, which I'm sure you already know a lot about. These events will take place alongside a number of opportunities to engage with people from across many sectors of Irish cultural life. You have already today had the opportunity to meet Taoiseach Leo Varadkar, and tomorrow you'll have a chance to spend some time with our President Higgins, and his wife Sabina. And crucially, I'm sure you will make it home in time for the big match tomorrow night when England face Croatia. And I think it is probably true to say that for the first time that I can remember, there are probably as many people cheering for England as against England. I think this English team has actually connected outside of England, and indeed the manager in particular has shown a humility that has reached out to many people, and I think many certainly here this evening would like to see England win the World Cup. Certainly I would. Of course, this is not the Duchess's first visit to Ireland, and I'm delighted to welcome her back here to Dublin. Your Royal Highness, when you attended the One Young World Summit in this city back in 2014, when you were speaking, you said, "A world where their wives are not the women behind every great man, but rather beside them. A world that echoes the modern history of Ireland, helmed by women such as President Mary Robinson, who's with us here this evening, President Mary McAleese, and the first female ambassador to the United States of America, Anne Anderson. How fitting it is then that as you return to Dublin you would engage with Ireland's next generation of inspiring women. And there are many, including many guests here this evening, with Coder Dojo and at Dog Patches Labs. I suspect the relationship that you are developing at the moment is one where you will be walking side by side, as opposed to one in front of the other. For the Prince, this is the first, and I hope the first of many visits to Ireland. Your Royal Highness, much like your grandmother and your father before you, I wish to pay tribute to the act of friendship that you have extended by travelling across the Irish Sea. It is a friendship that we warmly value, This is a relationship and a friendship that we need to continue to nurture. I had the pleasure of sitting next to your father a number of weeks ago in Cork for dinner, and I can say that I was really taken by his sense of duty, his sense of responsibility towards using his position to enhance and build and solidify the friendship and the relationship between our two islands. And I suspect that that is a sense that you share. We greatly appreciate the fact that you chose Ireland as your first overseas trip together. I don't know, perhaps there's romance in the summer air. It sends a very strong signal, though, about the royal families and your personal commitment to the relationships between our two countries. On behalf of the Irish Government, I want to formally extend our céad míle fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to you both, to thank you for your interest in the relations between us, and to encourage you to undertake a return visit in the not too distant future. We do have rugby matches in particular every 2 years or so that I think will guarantee you a good atmosphere and an excuse to be back in Dublin. But on a serious note, Britain and Ireland together face challenges that we will overcome. We have learnt an awful lot from at times a very tragic history. But I think the strength of the British-Irish relationship today is stronger than it has ever been. And on the difficult political issues that we need to solve together, I believe that the past can be a foundation that ensures that we find a way through, and most importantly, as we do, we stay close and we remember the responsibilities that we, those of us in positions of responsibility, have towards ensuring that the relationships learn from the mistakes of the past. And we will. And that is why I look forward to continuing to work with my British friends and colleagues in the context of the challenges that we face. But visits such as this one, royal visits to Ireland, matter. They really matter because they connect with Irish people in a way that I think has surprised us since 2011. The response to Irish people to that visit surprised many people themselves. And I think the reinforcement from the royal visit since continues to do that. So thank you for being here. It does matter. And I would like all of you now to raise your glasses to Her Majesty the Queen and to the people of the United Kingdom. To Her Majesty the Queen. I'd now like to invite Prince Harry to address the audience gathered here this evening.
Taoiseach, Ambassador Gwynne-Uisle. Did I get that right? There's more rugby people in here than we originally thought. Good evening, and thank you for the warm welcome that we've received since being in this beautiful country. Meghan and I are delighted to be here in Dublin and in the beautiful gardens of Glencairn. And to the Taoiseach, a special thank you. As some of you may know, he showed my father around his home city of Cork just a couple of weeks ago, so we're very grateful to you for joining us here this evening as well. And also very nice to know that he didn't bore you senseless. My father was telling us just last week how much he'd enjoyed his recent visit, but said that each of his visits over the years holds a special place in his memory. My grandmother, the Queen, also spoke of her own visit in 2011 and the fantastic welcome that she too received. Standing here with you on this beautiful evening, it is easy to see why Ireland has such a special place in the hearts of my family and indeed all those who come here. We're so pleased to be here for our first official international visit together as a married couple, and we hope it will be the first of many. As each other's closest neighbours, the UK and Ireland's relationship is unique. Our shared history is long and complex. There have, of course, been challenging and at times tragic periods of that relationship. Tomorrow we hope to have the opportunity to reflect on some of those difficult passages in our history when we visit Croke Park and the Famine Memorial. On this visit we will also celebrate just how much unites us. This is a very special relationship between two proud sovereign countries. We share common values, culture, business links, family ties, and possibly a similar sense of humour. Our relationship is of course informed by our history, but it is also one which is now dynamic and forward-looking. This evening we are extremely fortunate to be joined by many of those who are shaping the future of Ireland. You embody the energy which characterises this amazing country and are leaders in your respective fields. Social entrepreneurs harnessing technology to design creative solutions to some of society's most pressing problems. World-renowned athletes, award-winning actors, and men and women of the Defence Force who are marking 60 years of service to global peacekeeping missions. I have the greatest confidence that the friendship, collaboration, and mutual understanding that our two countries have built up over the years will endure and it will grow. I will finish by drawing on the words of President Higgins during his extraordinarily successful visit to the UK in 2014, for which we still remember with admiration. He quoted the traditional Irish saying, "Urscoil Achilli Awaran Nadini." We live in each other's shadows. We shield each other and rely on each other for shelter. That sentiment is as apt now as it was then, as we draw strength from one another as neighbours, partners, and above all, friends. I would like to toast the President of Ireland and the people of Ireland. Sláinte.
Yeah.
It's like, I think we're pretty much close to 35. No better woman.
Are you done? Can I just get in for one or two? Thanks.
Oh, fully no. You better be. Sorry, can we move you down to the back now? Yeah, let's move down back. Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and share on social media. Also, hit that notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, goodbye.